Some of these 360 degree cameras that we've invested in, they're better quality cameras than the latest iPhones.
That's a moving video. There's nothing that it doesn't show.
It really just provides that extra level of accountability.
It will eliminate people getting to properties as well and being like, that's not how I thought it was.
360 degree photo, there's nothing to hide. It's all there.
They can walk through the property as if they were there.
I think it'll become the new norm for protecting our owners, protecting our tenants. It seals the deal. It's so good. Well, Bridget, here we are. Your first one-on-one podcast episode. Tell the listeners a little bit about you, about your experience in the real estate and the property management industry, and then we've got some cool content to go through today.
Okay, so I've been in the industry for about 5 years, but I did have a 5-year break as well.
Yeah.
But I have just celebrated my 3rd anniversary at Hot Property.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So yeah, really love being a property manager and helping people out every day, helping owners with their investments, and then obviously the other side, helping people find homes. It can be very rewarding, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in a tricky market, whilst the lows can be lower when you're dealing with the bad side of property management, the highs can be higher when you deal with the good side of property management. So that's really cool. And thank you for sitting down. And we're going to talk about a new investment that we've made within the business, within the property management sector in particular. And we're all about trying to be market leaders for our team, for our clients, and really investing in the right resources to make sure that we are empowered to do the best job possible. Because I know a lot of real estate agencies in particular treat their property management division as sort of a side business. It's like the sales and the glitzy glamour of a commission for a sale of property is treated with more value and more respect from a team perspective than the property management side of the business, which is really the nuts and bolts and the ongoing bill paying that the property management division can hold up for a real estate business. So tell us a little bit about the new investment that we've made into 360 degree inspections, Bridget.
So we have obviously got this 360 degree inspections. So basically we can take our camera to the property, pop it in the room, click the button on our phone. It takes a 360 of the whole room, from ceiling to floor, everything in the room.
Yep.
And then it's interactive. So basically you can zoom in on things, like you're not missing anything in the room. From an owner perspective, there's nothing being hidden. There's nothing not being taken photos of, because you can see everything in that room.
They're super good. Like that, some of these 360 degree cameras that we've invested in, they're better quality cameras than the phones that we use, than the iPhones, like the latest iPhones. Like they're 4K cameras. They're very good. But we hear so many stories where we've either looked after clients who have come from another agency or they're first time investors, and they've been used to this subpar service or inspection report, or there's a junior out there in the field doing their actual hands-on property management, inspecting the properties, and they open the door to a bedroom, stick the phone in, take a photo, and it's one photo of a room. Whereas this new 360 degree technology shows all 4 walls, the floor, the ceiling, the light fittings, the wardrobes, back to front, inside out, everything, which is so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's nothing that it doesn't show. And you can link all of the rooms together. So basically the owner's like walking through the property. They can see hallways, they can see everything.
Which is so important, especially for our interstate clients or international clients even, who some people have never actually stepped foot on the property that they've purchased and that they've trusted us to look after, and they've trusted the tenants to look after for so long. So it really just provides that extra level of accountability, but also that extra scope as to say, hey, here is your property, like you're here in Toowoomba, boots on the ground, having a look through with us, which is really cool, and also gives us, I guess, that accountability piece on making sure that the property is exactly as it was when the tenants moved in, minus fair wear and tear, of course. But, that's going to be really important, especially from a tribunal or from a dispute perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And when using the camera, you can actually, you see like a mark on the wall or something, you can click on that and take a specific photo of that. So you can see that as well.
Yep.
It's not just the whiz around the room sort of thing. You can point out and you can comment on each of those things. So, yeah, hopefully moving forward it will minimise sort of those disputes and that sort of thing as well.
That's right. And, we've been trialling it on entry condition reports to start with, which is such a long process in property management, and it takes so much time. You could spend 3, 4, 5 hours at a property, depending on the size, taking photos of absolutely everything in the property. So, yes, it's saving us time, but it's also actually providing better quality reports for our tenants, for our owners. We're seeing less items come back from that entry condition report in terms of cleanliness, in terms of minor defects or damage, because they can actually see that there's a full picture of the property and nothing's being hidden, like you said.
Yeah, so, I mean, we can spend, as you said, 4 or 5 hours preparing one of those reports for an owner and for a tenant, obviously, to enter the property. But I did a 4-bedroom plus an office with a pool and a shed. I think it maybe took me an hour, but that was sort of setting everything up and working out how it worked. And we would normally take between 1,500 and 2,000 photos of a property like that. So it's saving so much time as well as providing that quality for our tenants and owners.
Absolutely. And I think tenants are enjoying it from an entry condition report perspective, because they're not having to go in and go, oh my goodness, the agent's done such a poor quality entry condition report. I've got to go through and protect myself for the end of the tenancy by noting every scratch and dint and bits and pieces throughout the property. Whereas 360-degree photo, there's nothing to hide. It's all there. It can be zoomed in on. And as you said, we can take those in particular photos. So, we're not just taking photos of the outside of a kitchen. We're still opening the cupboard doors and the drawers and all of that to show everything's clean internally. But it just really provides that clarity and that peace of mind for everyone that everything's on the table. And this is the exact condition of the property. From a tenancy disputes perspective, Bridget, especially when you have to go to a tribunal level, which we try and avoid at all costs, it's a waste of everyone's time to go to a tribunal, to be honest. And most times matters can be resolved outside of a tribunal. We don't need to involve a magistrate, incur the costs and waste the time to do that. It never leaves a good taste in anyone's mouth going to a tribunal. But from a tribunal perspective, this also protects not just the owners, but also the tenants in this regard completely.
Yeah, that's right. So, going to tribunal for anyone is a time-consuming process. It takes hours to prepare documents, and then you get in there and the magistrate can't find the particular photo that you took on the entry condition report or something like that. So it's hopefully it's going to stop us from making it to the tribunal point, but if we do need to go down that path, it's going to be easier for the magistrates to see exactly the condition of the property. We can do the entry with the 360 and then the exit with the 360, and they'll be able to see exactly how it is, and it will rule out any sort of grey areas from both a tenant point of view and an owner point of view.
That's right. And I guess also from other areas of the business, so sales and commercial, we're also going to try and utilise these and also in property management in the leasing side of things, to showcase the property to someone who may not be able to locally inspect the property. So the same as we've got non-local investors who we manage the properties for, there are also inquiries that we get. So we can show them through the property instead of just having a FaceTime or a WhatsApp call where we take them through. That's great, and that's been, I guess, a really good benefit since COVID, that the industry has had to level up to, accommodate a bit more of the sight unseen environment.
The virtual inspections, I've actually got one to do today.
Yep.
Someone that is moving from down in New South Wales, they can't view the property, but it sort of is a higher end market.
Yes.
Higher end of the market property. So they're wanting to have a good look at the property. So I'm going to head out today, pop the camera in each room, take a couple of photos, and then basically they can walk through the property as if they were there, and they can decide if that is suitable for them, for their family, if the layout works for them, which is always an advantage. We said that we've been doing videos and sharing them on WhatsApp and iMessage and all of those things, but that's a moving video. They can look through it at their own speed. They can zoom in on things. Oh, yep, that's where the walk-in robe is. That's how the kitchen's laid out.
Absolutely.
It just gives them so much more detail, and it will eliminate people getting to properties as well and being like, that's not how I thought it was.
That's right, absolutely. And it just provides that extra level of scope, that extra level of service above what we believe most agencies in Toowoomba at least are offering. And it's such a great technology that it's now come to market, and we've been able to implement it in quite an easy to use format. Typically, you would have to engage an external contractor to come up from Brisbane to take these 360-degree tours of properties, and they've been around for a little while, but this just makes it so much easier for us to do it in-house on scale to our clients for entries, exits, and routines. We've only got 2 cameras, so we're not rolling out across every single inspection so far, but we're going to try and introduce it more and more and more, and I think it'll become the new norm for protecting our owners, protecting our tenants, and just making sure that level of service is gold class.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Cool. So, Bridget, if people want to learn more about the 360-degree inspections, if they want to have a chat to us about it, even maybe see a sample of one, what should their next steps be?
Pick up the phone, give us a call. We can always send through example, entries, exits, that sort of thing. We have done a few routines.
Yep.
We're sort of just trying to implement it through the entries at this point. But always just give us a call. We're happy to have a chat about it, explain more. We can go from there.
Absolutely. We've got some great samples done up. It's a bit tricky from a routine perspective because we want to protect tenants' privacy. We don't want to show you a live routine inspection with someone's stuff inside and, their kids run around the backyard or whatever. But, once you see that entry, once you see that exit, and once you see that virtual tour, it seals the deal. It's so good, and it's just great technology that we're really excited to implement across our client base.
That's exactly right.
Awesome. Thanks for the chat, Bridget. Thanks for introducing us to this new technology that we're rolling out. And hopefully our listeners got a bit of value out of this. Hopefully they can even ask their current property manager, if they're not with us, hey, are you guys looking at this technology? Is it on the radar for you? Because it's definitely top of our mind at the moment and making a big difference in our clients' lives.
That's right. We just want to make it easier for everyone, really. Makes it easier for a property manager as well, which is always a nice bonus.
That's right.
Always happy to have a chat about it, and people should definitely look into it.
Beauty. Thanks, Bridget.
No worries.